journaling time.
Oh yeah, what's up, party people?
Hi
How's
there.
everybody doing? Let me get some chill tunes going, and what's up? Say what's up in the chat. Let us know who's here.
Yes. Happy
Turn
Wednesday,
that down.
everyone.
There we go. All right. Yes. Happy Wednesday. I need this session so bad. I have been in a bit of a funk today, dealing with all the things in the world, but I'm looking forward to it. Geeky Witch in the house, keeping us honest.
Hi there.
Erin's here.
Hi there.
Woo! I'm pretty sure the email got out, so hopefully we have a decent sized crowd. We got Bria Loves here. Happy Wednesday. Sorry for the echo if you're hearing it, but you know what that means. It means the Alexes are in their new house, and we don't have furniture. other than our desks. We've got that going on. Pretty exciting.
That's awesome. Look, Melissa, that's amazing. Check that out.
Accepted an offer on a new, have an accepted offer. Okay, so you made an offer, and awesome. Big win.
That's so exciting.
We know the feeling. It's good. It's good. Lots, it's perfect for tonight's topic too, because we're talking about change. Change isn't always easy. I'm having a hard time with mostly the volume of change. So many different things that I got to pay attention to now, or it seems like you get swept away. And it can be a little overwhelming. And sometimes it's not a lot of change. Sometimes it's not a big volume of changes. Sometimes it's just like one really big change, one really big thing that's happened. Or just the onslaught of changes, one big change after another,
That's what usually gets me, yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Onslaught of changes. Yeah. We have had so many, but we are so happy to be here, and I hope everything goes well, Melissa. That's so exciting.
Yeah, super exciting. So I think we've got a pretty exciting program. We've been kind of teasing the topic a little bit, but girl Alex, you want to tell us a little bit about what we got going on tonight and why you chose this program?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I chose this program because, as you can see, we are going through some big changes, and we have a lot of exciting new updates to come. But this particular program, these prompts are going to help you reflect on how change affects your life. And you'll think about how you react to change, what it has taught you, what helps you through it, and what you may need to let go of. And you'll also explore new opportunities, some helpful habits, and positive changes you hope to welcome in the future.
Love that. I just realized I don't think we are going on TikTok, but in landscape mode. Who does TikTok in landscape? That's crazy. But you know what? I'm not changing it now. We're already going.
Yeah, we gotta get started.
That's a change that we won't be abiding by this evening.
Eric, you got a birthday on Saturday. How exciting. Happy early birthday.
Yeah, happy
birthday. We got Mary
birthday.
in the house. Hi,
Celebrate
guys.
The party people.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, it's 5 after, and I think we're trying to stay, punctual here. I always wanted to like swing it out in case people come by, but I think we need to kind of have it be the thing. You show up, we do it. All right.
For sure. And we do have 10 prompts today, everyone. They aren't as long. The timers aren't as long. But yeah, it's a wonderful program. So I think we should get started.
I think so. You're going to do odds or evens tonight?
I will do odds.
Odds. All right. So I'm not sure if we've got any newbies in the house. It looks like we've got a lot of our regulars here, so pretty good. But in case there's any newbies here, what you're looking at is the Journal Party guided journaling platform. You can access that at journalparty.com, or you can you can download our mobile apps at the Apple App Store or Google Play. And you're going to see what we do here. You're going to see prompts on screen. Alex and I will take turns reading the prompts and journaling along with you. So you don't even need to download the app or visit the site right now. We'll be streaming it on the screen here. And then at the very end, we'll all just hang out and share our insights and, grow together as we journal through this crazy life together. So I'm excited. I forgot already if you said you were doing odds or evens.
Odds. I'll do odds.
All right. Right. evens, because sometimes I forget, especially when we got a lot of prompts, and then I'm looking at you, like seeing if you're gonna go for the mic.
Yeah, I
know. All right, party people, let's get this party started. Give it a little countdown. Take it away, girl Alex.
All right. First impressions. Write about a recent change in your life. How did you feel when it first happened?
All right, here comes the next one. Change as a teacher. Think of a past change that taught you something valuable. What did you learn?
The unknown path. What's one unknown or uncertain change you're facing right now? How can you embrace it?
Next prompt: support system. Who or what helps you the most when life changes?
Gratitude in transition. Name something you're grateful for that came from a recent change.
Thanks for that prompt, Sneaky Snake. Up next is the Sloth with Letting Go. What's one thing you've had to let go of recently? How did it feel to release it?
Thank you.
New beginnings. Write about a change that turned into a new opportunity for you.
Unwelcome shifts. How do you cope with changes that you didn't choose?
Small adjustments. What's one small habit or mindset shift that's helped you navigate change?
Future focus. Imagine a positive change that could happen in the next year. How would you welcome it? All right, party people, go ahead and finish up that thought and let us know in the chat how you did with that one. We got the buffalo today.
Yay!
I've got, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. There's a reel that I've had stuck in my head all day. And there's like a little guy, he makes a bunch of like he's got like little animal figurines and he makes like funny raps and songs with them. But there's one with a buffalo and he's like, I'm a what is it? Like,
I'm a buffalo. I go buffer fast.
I go buffer
slow. I also
Really,
had
really
that
good.
stuck in my head at one point.
Yeah. Wait, what is it? I got buffer rhymes, I got buffer flow. Something
Yes.
like that. Really good. Really good. All right, let me get this out of our face here so we can chat, talk about it. All right. So, girl Alex, tell me what went on for you in this session.
Oh boy. I went on a little journey during this program, and I love how it ended. Everything ended nice and smooth, but the in between, it was interesting, reflecting on, how you handle change, what do you do when something happens that you weren't expecting. And I have come to the conclusion that overall, I don't handle change very well, especially especially big changes. Even if it's super exciting, even just our new home, just the process of getting here. This is literally our first afternoon in our home. We're going to sleep here tonight for the first time. And, as amazing as that is, I've just been so stressed with all the other things that we have going on that I haven't really fully, accepted that this is the start of an exciting new chapter. And, I think that's okay too. And I think it's okay to give myself some time to kind of transition into it. I think it's fairly normal for especially bigger changes to kind of rattle you. And so it's just really interesting. And, I'm just going to allow myself all the time in the world to readjust to this new normal and try not to go crazy with my anxiety about all the things that, could be, and just kind of, I wrote something here about, leaving the door open and open for exciting, fun, new things, because I tend to just slam that door shut sometimes, and I don't want to think about it, I don't want to look at it, but I'm going to leave the door open. So
okay,
that was my
some
big
possibility.
takeaway.
That's
yeah,
cool.
Exactly. I need to, I need more possibility for sure.
Well,
What about
I think we'll probably see it echoed here. I think a lot of people resist really big change. It's not, there's a reason we have a program for it. It's not always easy because I think we cling to things that provide some sense of comfort or reassurance, even when those things are actually really uncomfortable and intolerable. I don't know. I would say, for the most part, a lot of the changes that are coming your way, because I know you are finally good changes that we, objectively, these are good changes.
Yeah.
And so, certainly give yourself, as much time as you need to process things however you want to process. But it's good to recognize when you're causing suffering for yourself by holding on to something. It actually, I got to find the parable of it. I forget who told me this or taught me this, but there's a parable about two dung beetles who are friends, and they're pushing their turds up the hill or whatever. And one of them dies, and the other one is so upset, because he really wishes he had his dung beetle buddy, to push the
turd up the hill with them.
Yeah. Well, but I guess the way that the story is resolved is that the other one it gains a much higher perspective. He realizes, oh my goodness, I spent a whole life as a dung beetle pushing a turd around, and now there's this whole new world of possibilities. And what is my next life going to look like, or what am I going to be, and what is all this? And it's going to be better. You move on, you move up, and I guess the moral of the whole thing was how many of us are clinging to our ball of shit, not realizing that there's so much more beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Very, that's, thank you for sharing that because that is very, very helpful for me.
yeah, well, and you know what? Like sometimes it is hard, right? Like sometimes like you wouldn't want to trade the change that's coming down your way, and you have to find a way to accept the inevitable. I mean, one of the things that came up for me, I was thinking about our late pup Bowie, and
Mhm.
it was talking about letting go, and I was actually thinking about that because it's like a certain part of me, my heart will never let him go, and I don't think that's what's required, and I don't think that's actually what we're talking about when we're talking
Yeah.
about letting go. um, what I did have to let go of was the fight, the struggle, the advocacy for him. I mean, we were in a mode of months and months where, like, even though we could see the inevitability kind of coming closer and closer, um, we were resisting that
Mhm.
inevitability, and resisting the inevitable is, that's a recipe for pain and disaster, because like
Absolutely.
you're gonna get swept away in that. And we had to let that go at a certain point. I was going to hold on to hope and whatever for as long as I possibly could, but at a certain point, it was like, oh, now this is different. Now I'm concerned about like making sure we're not being selfish, or making sure that like he has that his whole life, however much is left, is it has as much dignity as possible. And it kind of just changed the whole way that we were looking at things. And you know, I think in a lot of ways, as much as it was excruciating, because like I didn't want that to happen, letting go of that fight and embracing that inevitability allowed us to, do it in a dignified manner, like see him off, in a comfortable and peaceful way. And also, I mean, you don't realize how much you're carrying until you let it go. And it was such a weight, and like, even though I would, I would trade anything for a moment with him back, to take that baggage off, it was a relief. Like there's
Mhm.
no avoiding that. So, interesting nuance and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I kind of miss these 10 prompt uh ones that we do, where they're a little
Yeah.
shorter and rapid fire. Like it's kind of
We'll try
it's
to throw some more into the mix for
it's
sure.
good. I sometimes I don't ever like when I feel like I'm rushing, but I feel like this was kind of a sweet spot, and we touched on a lot of
Mhm.
different aspects of the change that was pretty good. So yeah. Let me not talk up a storm here. I think we kind of encompassed a lot of what we were talking about. But let's see
Yeah,
what's
let's
going
see.
on in the chat. All right. All right. We had Stephanie finally made it. Nice.
Well, welcome, Stephanie.
Kathy said, scary, nerve wracking, unstable. Okay.
Mm.
Kathy said, there are a lot of things in life is not my fault. Yeah. In the moment, I blame myself, but in hindsight, I can see it was far from being through some fault of my own. Some things were, I'm not perfect, but the huge ones, not my fault. Yeah. And you know what? Like, even if it is your fault, it's okay to make mistakes as a human. And, you try to do better. And the fact that you're concerned with those things can kind of clue you in to the kind of person that you are. So, I hope there's no concern or worry about that. But like, look, I empathize with this quite a bit, because I'm a control freak. I wrote a lot about that, like a lot of letting go of control, and that's what had, like, the need to control every outcome, every situation, is what makes change really, really difficult. And so, that said, there are times where you are responsible for the thing that's happening, and you have to try to do your best by it. But explore those things that are out of your control, that you're like causing a fuss within about, because I mean, as you pointed out, you can be blaming yourself, feeling all sorts of ways about it, and then like, when you actually have some additional perspective or something like that, you see like, okay, like I'm a human being, and this, of course this happened. There's a million different things in play here, more than a million. So pretty good. All right. Kathy also said an epilepsy diagnosis.
Wow.
I'm not sure if you're referring to yourself or one that you take care of. I'm embracing it
Oh,
as a new thing to learn about, and a different level of advocacy for my forever baby. So probably your forever baby, but Yeah, that's tough. Like, I mean, the medical changes are the hardest, I think, because, I mean, I ideally you want to like just you want to feel good, you want to be, you want to feel like, I don't know, well and like stable and stuff like that. And I don't know, one of the things that I've been having a hard time with, I didn't even write about this, but like I'm going through, I'm a young guy, but I'm going through changes in my body that come with age. And it's weird to feel like, I don't know, like maybe some of my best feeling times might be behind me. And now I have to like pay attention to certain things. And it's just weird how all that shows up. But, I think acceptance is the only way through it, right? You have to acknowledge what is actually happening, what is the truth, and then you find out there's ways to cope with that. And the reality may be that it may never be like whatever you're holding on to, but yeah, I think on the other side of that acceptance is peace. And I think that's always kind of what I'm striving for. As much as I chase excitement and stuff like that, like really, I don't know, just to be at peace with the way things are. I think that's how I want to live my life. So hope
And
you
we're
find
sending
some of
you
that. Yeah.
all of our love, Kathy. I know that it's really startling when you get a new diagnosis of any kind, especially when you're an advocate for someone else. But we love you lots, and thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, we got quite a few shares from Kathy here. Kids are always by my side, just like I'm by theirs.
Yeah.
Refinding my voice and standing my ground. All really. It sounds like you got
I
some
love
good
that.
stuff out of this. I'm happy to see that. Negative self-talk. Yeah. Oh, definitely got to let that go. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's enough people who are ready to be mean to you or give you a hard time. Like, don't be one of them. Kathy said, every situation showed me a different way of advocating to different people and to different people. Okay, cool. And I fight it every way I can or shut down until I can figure a way through it that would work in my favor. Yeah. Well, look, I think, like I said, acceptance is good. And from there, you can figure out how to operate, like what to do, right? That said, one of the traps I think I find myself in when I'm trying to figure it all out, first off, is insisting that I'm like going to be the savior of something or something like that, or like all the responsibility lies on me. And so I hope, I think you addressed your support group earlier. And so that's really, really great. But the other thing is like your mind, doesn't always have the answer, right? And when you go and you query it, you ask it for that answer, and you want it to solve that problem, and it doesn't have that answer. It can be really frustrating. I know it is for me. And then what I'm trying to avoid when that happens is then beating myself up about that for not having that answer. Because then what do? You go back to your mind to solve that problem. And it's this crazy vicious cycle where you're just beating yourself up and, not getting any further. And sometimes, one of the things, I think I had written about this in my like minor adjustment kind of prompt or whatever, is sometimes you just have to like let things cook. Like
Yeah.
I love being a button pusher. I love having an impact. Like, I love making changes on our website and seeing that brings more people in or whatever it is. Like, I love being able to control things and then seeing an outcome, and hopefully an outcome that's better than where we started. But sometimes you just got to wait. Like, sometimes you just got to be patient. Like recently, we submitted an update for our app, and Apple took a really long time to like approve it. And so I couldn't really do anything. All I could think of was like, what can I do right now? I need to do something. And at some point, like, I don't know, one of the self-help books I've read echoed in my brain or something like that. Cause I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, this is like a gift. Like, when do I get to relax? Because like I have to. And, use that time to, spend some time with Alex and to get some things right for the house, spend some time with a friend. And like, I think it's tough, like when you're so hyper focused on, being an agent of change in your own life. Like sometimes you realize, like, okay, you're not the only agent, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
And it's more than okay to shut it down for a little bit. You can pick it right back up when you're ready. But I tend to shut it down myself, and and really just kind of sit with things before I'm ready to keep going. So don't be too hard on yourself, and you got this, Kathy.
Yeah. I saw this one come through from Gabby, and I was excited. I'm like, oh, I'm
I
getting pizza
actually,
tonight.
Gabby, I saw that and I thought, wait, that's a great idea.
Honestly, well, first off, once again, I start right before this session, I was in a bad way, and
Mhm.
I never finish one of these sessions feeling bad. It's an
I know.
amazing thing. It's so nice, and it's so nice to like share that with everybody. But yeah, after today and the
We
weird
need, yeah.
onslaught of changes today and, and days past, I'm
Pizza
like,
party would
pizza
do
party
us
in the
just
new
fine.
house. I think that's what's up. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
There's a really great pizza place right by the new spot that we moved to too. So I'm super excited. So we're
Enjoy,
having a
Gabby. I
pizza
hope
party.
you're having a pizza party too, please.
Yeah, for sure. And let us know what you get on your pizza. What do you all order on your pizza? And how do you feel about pineapple on pizza? I don't know. Sometimes I'm for it. I once had a pineapple, or not a pineapple. What do they call Hawaiian pizza? And they added jalapenos to it.
Oh, interesting.
Not normally a Hawaiian pizza
Jalapenos
guy,
and
but the
pineapple?
jalapeno added a little something to it.
Okay.
I'm a fan. Kathy said, listing what is in my control, there you go, versus what is not in my control, and how I can accept it in a positive light and not internalize any of
Oh,
it.
that's beautiful. I want to do that so badly, and that's such a great idea.
I
To
love it when
literally
I like
list it
riff
out.
off of someone's thing, and then like I see like 2 messages later that they already had that insight, and like, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
awesome. I'm glad I. Bleh. Kathy said, oh, I'm looking forward to vacations. Yes.
Yes.
And self-care to the extreme. I would welcome all of it with arms wide open and gratitude in my heart.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Well, I want that for you. I want all of us to have wonderful vacations.
Wonderful vacations, lots of self-care. We all deserve it.
Yes. Eric said, that was deep yet needed, truly well timed. Good.
Mhm.
Good. I mean, we kind of curate the sessions based off of what's going on in our own lives, but like every now and then, like Alex will pick one, and I'm like, I wonder if I should pick that one. And then like I do it, I'm like, I needed that so bad. So,
Yeah, right.
it just, I think, it's like a weird thing, and I've observed this. Like sometimes, like the right thing just comes across your desk or your lap, like right when you need it. I don't know
Totally.
what that mechanism is or why that happens. Maybe it's coincidence, but maybe not. Maybe sometimes, I don't know. Maybe life is a little bit more generous than we give it credit for sometimes. Geeky Witch said, definitely well timed.
Awesome.
I have learned this year that I don't handle change well that I can't make sense of. That's interesting. The need to like wrap your head around it and make it make sense. I felt that with losing our dog Bowie. That I think still that's the hardest thing for me is just make it make sense. How does it make sense that something so innocent and pure and wonderful and that I love so much, would have to suffer and be taken away. And like, you got to be careful because like in the pursuit of needing it to make sense, like I know that in that particular circumstance, us losing the dog, like one of the only ways that I could like maybe make it make sense was like that I was being punished for something or something.
Oh no, that's.
I
mean,
don't.
I understand.
I go to therapy. We're good.
Yes,
I
I know. Yeah, exactly. I know.
But like
It's true.
sometimes there is no answer, and that's such a hard thing. It's such a hard pill to swallow. Especially especially when you put your faith in certain things. I mean, that's been a challenge for me because in recent years, I would consider myself like leaning on my faith a lot. And, every now and then when it just serves up a little too much mystery for me, I'm like, that's hard. That's a really hard one. So yeah, I mean, look, that's one of life's challenges. It's not always going to make sense. And
Exactly. Be gentle with yourself, Melissa.
yeah, for
But
sure.
I understand that feeling.
Yeah. And, hopefully we can all just accept that. And like I said, find peace on the other side of that acceptance. I think that's maybe the best we can hope for. Eric said, my granddad is close to dying right now. Sorry to hear that. But this journal session offered me a view of hope. That's great. I mean,
I'm sorry, Eric.
yeah. And, the crazy thing about death is just that even, we all have to like package things up in like moments and like, little eras of our lives to make it make sense. But like death is inevitable for all of us. And it's such a crazy thing. And, it's almost like you can pretend it doesn't exist until it just forces you to reckon with it. And that's such a hard thing, but we all go through it. And I don't say that to minimize your experience, but to empathize with it. We've gone through losing loved ones, whether it's our dogs. Both Alex and I lost our fathers, pretty young, and it's hard. It's terrible to lose something that you're so purely attached to, and to try to find your way beyond that. But the sun keeps shining, or keeps rising and setting, and it won't always make sense. But I think that you touched on something good. I think that hope is really, really important. And obviously we have to be careful about like what we get attached to when it's material. But the hope that it means something, the hope that
it'll all make sense.
That it all makes sense at some point. And
Yeah.
because I don't know what else there is beyond that. But my heart goes out to you. It's never easy dealing with losing someone who you love and who you're attached to. And all I can say is like we'll all keep marching on, and we'll all be here for you. I hope you can find, your practice of journaling being, a support for you. I know that I really lean on my journal in hard times. And, the other side of that is actually like sometimes like, gosh, when we lost our dog, like I must have paced around the table with my open journal on it for like an hour, knowing that I needed to sit down and write. And like, it was the hardest session, some of the hardest sessions that I've ever had, but like some of the most rewarding. So,
Yes.
Difficult, but if you can be brave, like you'll learn something, you'll discover something about yourself. And it doesn't, obviously you wouldn't ever trade that for the life of a loved one. But, we all have to find a way. And I look, if you're the kind of person who's willing to show up on something like this and work on yourself like this, and I know you'll find your way. And I just hope that in these, more difficult and challenging times that you're comforted, and, that you find some peace and some good moments, and that it's as easy as it can be for you and everyone involved. So wishing you the best,
Sending you
Eric.
all our love.
Got a little wave from Lauren B. What's up?
Hi.
Gabby said, I'm going through a big change and have a hard time cooperating with stress and anxiety. That's an interesting way to put it. Cooperating with your stress and anxiety.
Wow.
My therapist says, do art. I totally agree with your therapist. One of the most powerful things for me, it's one of like I can't say enough good stuff about self-expression, creative self-expression, whether it's writing in your journal, even if it's writing about your day, or it could be creative writing or a poem or painting or singing a song, whatever it is, like however it is that you feel inclined to express yourself. I don't know, it's hard to put your finger on because it's such it's such like a whimsical kind of notion. But I think there's something magical that happens when you have to take what's going on inside of you and you bring it outside of you, and, explore also what it's like to share that. Because I know that I've been journaling forever, but until I actually shared this practice with people, like I feel like I I had barely scratched the surface of what it could do. And so, look, we're all having this crazy human experience together, and I think one of the best parts of that is being able to create, but also to be able to enjoy the creations of others. I think that the fact that we're all here co-creating, and like, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I think about like the state of the world and stuff like that, and it gets me down because you're like really, like, does anyone care? Like, is anything? But then, like, I don't know. You look around and you're like, how did that building get made? Or like, look at that landscaping. Or I mean, even though there's tons of evidence that we are all lunatics who are, headed for disaster, there's also a lot of evidence that we are really powerful and wonderful and magnificent creatures. And what a wonderful thing or at least interesting. I don't know if it's wonderful. Who am I to say what's good or bad? But it certainly is interesting, this experience that we're sharing together. And so, yeah, would love to see some more of that art. Gabby, I know it will do right by you.
Just one real quick thing. My mom lost a close friend recently and just got back from her service. And I don't know if you saw it in our kitchen, but she gave us this, my mom gave us this beautiful, it's a little turtle. It's like got glitter and it's beautifully painted. And that's just something that my mom's friend used to do. And I was like, I love this. And I was like, well, why can't I do it? And it's just art is so healing, so beautiful, and it's one of those things that you can pass on. And so I'm just happy that we have a little piece of this wonderful woman with us, and it really is encouraging me to get back into art because I've not been handling change or stress well recently, and I think doing something like art would be very beneficial. So thank you for the reminder, Gabby. And I'm gonna get my painting stuff soon, and maybe I'll share something at some point.
Yeah, I love it when you paint. You're definitely.
It brings
like you lock in a vibe that I
appreciate.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's real good. Speaking of real good and art and stuff that creative expression, I was tuning into our very own Geeky Witches. She had a live stream going the other night, and I tuned into it. I don't stitch. I don't have any of the stuff that she had to do what she was doing or whatever. But I just kind of sat and was like watching. It was the most relaxing thing to watch her just like
remember you
doing the
saying
stitching.
That.
I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Get up, everyone.
So yeah, again, it's great to create, and it's also just such a wonderful thing to share because I enjoy what it is that you all are creating. So
yes.
Let's see. We had Eric here said, in my journal, I wrote, I'll weep yet fix my eyes on the joy ahead. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a great thing for sure.
Yeah. I mean, because, you're allowing yourself to feel what's happening. You're accepting and acknowledging the truth instead of, and you have to honor the truth, even when it's ugly. And, there's also such wisdom there, just knowing that there's joy ahead and having the courage to move your focus to that.
While also sitting in the grief, it's such an important part of the journey. So thanks you for sharing, Eric.
Pretty good. Kathy said, waiting and letting go is so hard, especially when you're a control freak with a savior complex. I know about that. I don't need to say nobody. I'm good.
Yeah.
Just want it to go smoothly. I deep down, I really just want to relax. It's maybe the key is realizing that I can do that in the here and now. Maybe more of that shows up. Kathy said, allergic to pineapples, chopped chicken, and mozzarella cheese on my pizza. Okay.
Nice.
You know what every now and then I'll get a pizza and I'll do chicken on it, but instead of like the red sauce, I like getting pesto with the chicken.
Oh, yes.
And if they've got like artichoke hearts, I'll throw that in, some spinach or something. Like my green meanie is what I call that.
Mm.
Mary said, "This community genuinely makes my heart so happy," and that makes my heart so happy.
I know. I cry a little bit at the end of this. We'll see.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. You know what it is? It's like we're just surrounded by AI slop and people who are mad at other people, and rage bait and all this other stuff. And like, I'm just so happy that we have this little cozy little corner on the internet where we can like get real with each other without it being like a big deal, and feel supported and celebrate each other. Like, that's what life's about. And like, somehow in the most connected we've ever been, like, most of us have kind of like lost our way because we're all zeroed in on our own narrow lens of the algorithm, right? It's like some weird curated version of reality that's definitely not reality. And then we come here and it just gets so real. And it's not like we had to do it. Wasn't hard to get there. It's like the truth emerges, and it's so wonderful and so beautiful, especially when you share it with wonderful people. So once again, folks, want to thank you for just being the soul of this community. It's not a party without the party people. And I don't know if you all noticed, but we recently now we've gone a step further with the party animals motif on the app, because it used to be like if you didn't enter what your name was, it would just be like journaler, and I'm like, that's so boring. So now everybody, if you don't, you can set your own screen name, but if you don't, you're getting an animal name. Oh, sorry. All right, party people. Alex, you want to let us know what's up next week?
Yes, let me pull up my little notepad here. So next week, we're going to be talking about the next big thing. So this program is about creating anticipation for big life events. It will help you identify what you're excited about moving towards, and it gives everyday life a sense of momentum. So I'll leave you with that. And we shall commence next week.
Sounds good. All right. Well, don't forget to RSVP. Go to journalparty.com/live, and you can see what's on the schedule and RSVP, so you get the reminders and the notifications and everything like that. I believe the app even does push notifications now too, if that's more your thing, and instead of emails and stuff. But yeah, we look forward to hanging with you once again. This is the best part of my week. I love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your evening, rest of your week, and as always,
party on.